Это нам надо работать. Это нам надо работать, а не им. Да, я отработала 42 года. Ясно вам?
Life in Russia isn't always this chaotic these days, but it is far from calm. Serenity is a commodity almost as valuable as bread or milk, but certainly easier to get. What could be more peaceful than a children's mass on Christmas Eve? The majority of Russians who celebrate Christmas do so in January, not December, and more are celebrating it in the open. For 2 years, it's been a legal holiday. Vadim and Svetlana Loganov decided to have their 3-year-old daughter Yulia baptized. Although she doesn't understand it yet, the significance of this baptism isn't lost on Vadim.
Today we have Georgia's Day. Today our little Julia will be baptized.
Is that good?
That's good. I'm happy, and Julia is very happy.
Vadim may be happy for Yulia, but he'll have to wait. Others have also chosen this Christmas holiday to accept Christ. 2 priests are needed to perform the baptisms. Father Mikhail Nicholas Ivanov, Father Mike, to parishioners, doesn't mind the extra work.
Our religion was a bit repressed for 70 years, since the Great Soviet Revolution. That's why it was not very famous, and in this holiday, January the 7th was not very famous. But right now, our religion is awakening.
Finally, after waiting in the wings, Yulia is the center of attention, and honestly, doesn't much care for it. Still unsure of what's going on, she grows even more upset, despite the pleadings of Godmother Irene and a scowling church helper. Undaunted by all the hysteria, Father Mike plugs right along. The crucifix becomes a toy as a last-minute attempt to keep Yulia from crying. It doesn't work. Father Mike is not annoyed. In fact, he says he's grateful.
He's very hopeful, watching a young girl brought here to church to be baptized. That's why he feels very hopeful for her future. He really appreciates the concern of her parents that brought her here.
Svetlana is called in to stop her daughter's crying, and you get the feeling that this is not how the little girl wanted to spend Christmas Eve. By now, the wailing has become almost comical. Even Father Mike flashes a grin, for he knows that Yulia had no say in this baptism. But he also knows that unlike her parents, she will grow up in a Russia where she will be allowed to make many of her own choices. He's hoping she chooses to stay in the church because he believes that all Russians, whether they're churchgoers or not, have God in their heart. And although he won't say it, he probably hopes she'll learn to pray a little more quietly.
Так, мама, вас как зовут? Светлана. Все, одевайте, может, ее, все.